I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Dan's Fishing Tales. Today, I really don't know what we're going to be fishing, because in these boxes right here is a whole ton of Berkley stuff. Got a note from Hunter Cole that he got over 1,200 products, new products coming out here in 2018, of course, for the 2019 season. And I've got 2 boxes loaded full of stuff. So it's pretty much going to be like, well, let's grab this and try it. So I really don't know what we're going to be doing. I said, I just got tons of stuff here. What's this? Oh, this is a big old worm of some sort. It says it catches 45% more fish on it. It's a hitworm magnum. I don't know how that'll work out here right now today, but I mean, like I said, it's like a grab bag. You put it in here, and I kind of like these. This is called a crawfatty junior, and you know, that might work out here. Maybe we'll try one of those. And there's just all sorts of them. It has, it's got a stronger Berkley scent to it, as you all know about the power bait. I've used it for years. And so it's got that, but there's also crankbaits in there, and topwater lures, and line, and you name it. Like I said, over 1,200 products. Can you imagine that coming out? That's a lot of stuff. And we're going to be trying some of it off and on, and hard telling what we're going to be doing. But today, like I said, we're just going to be fishing. We're going to see what we can do with it. Been having a lot of luck with this natural Forage bait, swim bait that they have. I mean, a lot of luck, at least in this lake. And there's a shallower arm that goes up here, and they've been hitting in there a little bit. So what I've done is I've went into that box of goodies, and I happened to pop up with this thing. This is a swim bait, but it's got a hollow body to it. At least I guess that's what it's supposed to be. It seems a little hard, but it's supposed to be hollower. And I took the bee fishing jig heads like I use, the H2O precision jig head, and I put that on there, and it fits pretty good. And since there's a lot of similarity to what I've been getting this on, and this is supposed to have an extra kick of the power bait stuff, what the heck, we're going to try that. So I'm going to move up here a little bit further, and then we're going to take a shot and see what we can come up with. Well, we got one on that new thing. Big crappie on it. I was going for bass. Nice crappie. Look at that one. Well, by golly, I was using a pump retrieve on it, and I thought I had myself a good bass. Not too bad. I don't know, about a 12-inch crappie, I guess. There'll be a few more of those out there, who knows. Well, they hit on that, whatever they call it, hollow body swim bait thing. I have to look the name of it up. What I was using on a retrieve is a pump, a slow pump. I let it fall all the way to the bottom. And the pickup actually came on a fall. I felt the tap. And we'll see what can happen here. Maybe there's more of them out there. There's a kind of a weed bar that's out there so far in this shallow area. And I've had them hauled around there before. Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe he was just hungry. Thought for a bit I was going to have to go back to that natural Forage bait. Something that you want to do whenever you're fishing a swim bait is pretty much like you do with all lures, and that's to vary your retrieves. You'll notice that I might use just straight slow retrieve, other times a little bit faster. Other times I'm doing what I'm doing right here, letting it sink all the way to the bottom, then picking it up and then letting it fall, because that tail will swim on the way down. In this particular swim bait, I've noticed it's got a lot of wobble to it, the sides, and So that's a little bit different attraction besides on how it would fall. But like I said, you want to vary your retrieve until you actually find what they're wanting. And I thought, well, since that crappie hit on the fall, that's what they were going to want. But right now, I'm not doing that. Just remember, if you're using a swim baits are a good go-to bait. There's no doubt about it. And a lot of times, all you need to do is just crank it. There's no big technique to that. Just crank it along slow. There's one. Oop, missed him. Now I got weeds. That one's fairly close to shore. Another thing this would be good on is like a Blakemore Casey's head, the Casey's runner head. A swim bait like that, that's what it's made for. And one like this might just be one heck of a good idea. Not sure what I got on here. Sure it's a bass. Oh yeah. Not real big, but he's a bass. He's on one of those new baits. That was a, that's what they call a, oh, can't even remember, I've used so many of them, a magworm or something rather like that. It was a big sucker. He ate the whole thing, he took it all. In fact, I'm going to end up giving it all to him. Another thing I pulled out, I'm going to get him off of here, then I'm going to show you another one. And I haven't used that on camera, I've used it off camera. And I'll show you this. There's the fish right there that we're talking about right now. But put him back in there. I'll try to find that worm too while we're at it here to show you what we were using. Here it is. It's a Max Scent Hitworm, it's called. It's a Hitworm Magnum. There, it's that thing. I'm just using that. That's what I caught that one on. I'm going to try to use that again. But the one I wanted to show you, this is called a sick fish. Now, I don't know where they get the name, but I caught one bass and lost another fairly decent fish on the thing. Show it to you up close here. I like that. I really like that one. Like I said, it's called sick fish. It looks real. It's got a lot of oomph to it. It's kind of like the, oh, I don't know, one that I think I'd seen one time. Meps had it or something really like that. That sort of thing. But you know, that'd be one heck of a little body for a roadrunner. I would think this would be perfect for a roadrunner. And that's probably what I'm gonna, I've got this on one of my favorites, of course, my B Fishing H2O Precision Head. And the nice thing about those precision heads are they're all marked for weights for one thing, but they're a different weight. Now like this one, normally, you know, you got a 1/4, 1/8 ounce, 16th, that's the normal. Not theirs. There's a little oddball. This is the 3/16. I would like to see a Magnum one though with a much bigger hook, and hopefully someday I can get him convinced to do that. But like I said, this one has worked a little bit. I like it on this ultralight. But I'm gonna go back to that Magnum worm and see what I can do with it. I just Texas rigged that thing. Didn't do anything, nothing special with it, just Texas rigged it. And I gotta tie another one on here, so you know, that's what I'm gonna do. This has been one of those days when even Pepper over here is bored. He doesn't quite know what to look at. It's been a real tough fishing day. And you know, I guess that's a good time to test stuff like we've been doing here today. I've been getting some more hits on the hitworm, and that's probably been about the best thing I got going. But it's still not doing great. And I got a long ways to go between those two boxes, but we just don't have enough time. Not today. We'll have to do it another time. And like I said, this hitworm has worked. It's a little bit different texture. It kind of reminds me of Senko type texture. It's got more of the power bait cooked into it. It's one of the maximum ones, or magnum, or whatever they call it. And it's getting later in the day, but you know, I think there's a lot of good stuff there. I just haven't been able to get to the bottom of the box. That's all there is to it. And it's just one of those days when it's a little bit tougher. I did have a friend stop by, and he wanted to try one of the natural forage bait swim baits. So I told him, sure, I'll rig you up some. So I rigged him about 3 of them with the bee fishing heads like I use. And he took it out, first cast, boom, he got himself a bass. He says, well, I'm not skunked for today. Anyway, he didn't stay very long, but it showed that it was kind of on that sort of a situation. Maybe if I had fished the natural forage swim bait all day long, I'd have done much better. For one thing, perhaps the color. You do very, very well in this lake on green shad, and there's also another kind of oddball shad color. I don't even know what they call it. But those have always worked real well, and I did catch that crappie, which you've seen on that one swim bait that I got out of this box. And then on that other one I showed you, that sick fish, I hit some on that, but didn't get those on camera. And I really think that thing's got a lot of potential, and I'm sure some of this other stuff has too. I'm anxious to get down in the box and re-dump them out, take a look, see what's in there. I'm hoping that sick fish, that smaller one like that, there's also one just a little bit bigger, because I'd like to see what that'd be like, about a 4-inch size. But I think this hitworm has also got some potential, because having as many hits as I had, and I didn't get anything big, I really think that this could be a big fish bait, but we'll just have to see. So until next time, get out on the water and enjoy a great day of fishing.